Another basic structure that we must have on our repertoire of elements is the use of radio buttons. So let's just create one function of radio buttons. We're gonna copy the single combo box form. So you can pause it at any time. And with that data set, we're just gonna get a new one that is gonna be single radio buttons form. We can use this one since the structure is gonna use a list and a title to create it, and the only thing we're gonna change is the combo box, because the difference between a radio button and a combo box is we're selecting one option, showing all the options instead of selecting them individually. So for that purpose, we don't need to have the labels, since the labels are going to be already part of the equation. And we're going to just transform the combo to become a button. For creating that, we need to have a group box. The structure of a group box is going to allow us to have a selection of the radio button. Without it, we cannot use it, and it won't solve our problem. So group box one, let's call it name group. So we can call it later on by the settings. And on the group box one dot text, we can call the selected visibility, selected level. Sorry, just get confused. So now that we have that, we want to see the list options as radio buttons. So instead of creating the combo box, we're going to have it from CV list. We want a radio button. Let's call it RB. RB1 will be fine. It's radio button function. That is going to be located on point 20 dot we need a coordinate because we don't know how much they have, so we can use the similar. Let's have it a range len CV list, and that will make a difference because now we can have that 30 values, it's 20 values multiply plus the value of A multiplies by 30. So that will make space between each particular location of radio buttons. Then radio button one dot size needs to be a size of 100.20. Radio button dot name needs to be called option from the group. Radio button dot text needs to be actually the CV list value of A that we are calling from that one, and as well as the other one, we should have a radio buttons array, radio buttons list actually. It's append. Radio button 1. Radio button 1, radio button 1. So that's creating already the radio button. Now we need to use that radio buttons to be created on the group box, because we have the radio buttons individually, but we have also the group box. So for doing that, we can call the group box dot controls dot add, and since we need to read multiple elements, we can go for A in radio buttons. So we're calling each particular radio button we have already created to be part of the group box that we are looking. So we have the radio buttons being placed, we have the selection of the group box. So the only thing missing here is that we need to add the group box to the controls. So let's have it here, group box 1. That's going to call it to be added to the form. We also are requiring to have the number of the measurement of the value that we created. So we can have it 100 plus the value of len of CB list times 30. That will make it be bigger. And the only one is that we still need to get the results of the selection, because we have already created, but we don't have a way to recover it because it's calling here the combo selected item. So since we already have the group name and we have the group option, we can use something similar that we have done with the combo box. Let's call it results list of values form1.controls find. The function find is going to look for the group function, and the result we're going to call it as value. We need to declare it because we're looking just for one particular option, but we need to look which one is the checked one. In this case, list of values will give me all group boxes that has that particular value. So since we already have just one quotation that is the group box, we can change it. So instead of calling for the group, we're looking for the option. And for A in list of values, if A, which is the value, check it, that means that it has the selection on that. Result is going to be equal the a.text, so that single result can be displayed. So let's have it result. So far from the selection elements, we don't have any other troubles. Let's test it out if that one is pulling the radio button.